So you find yourself thinking about sipping rosé on a boat, or dancing around your apartment while drinking a bottle of wine, or cracking into a crisp Coors Light while watching the football game at the bar. If you're still romanticizing certain parts about your drinking, I have a solution for you, and this is going to absolutely cure any sort of cravings or temptations that you have. So let's get into today's episode. Welcome to Hold My Drink, a sobriety podcast. This is a no judgment zone. I really freaking like my life without alcohol. You're not alone. I hope you feel seen. Sobriety has changed my life completely. All right, so this is actually coming from one of my favorite social media influencers and podcasters, Tinx, Tinx. I love listening to her, and she always talks about comparison is the thief of joy. And that she uses it to talk about like when you're scrolling social media and you come across this like gorgeous, thin, fit girl and you're like, oh my God, I would die to have her life. And her trick for this is thinking about the fact that if you want her life, if you see that girl on social media and you want to trade lives, you have to trade your entire life for her entire life. Not just a little snippet of her in a cute bikini on social media. You have to experience all of her lows, everything she's been through in her life, and you have to give up everything about your life. Are you prepared to do that? I think not. No matter what you're going through, there are so many good things about your life, and I guarantee that you would not completely throw it away to have somebody else's life, and you don't even know what they've been through. People only choose to share a snippet of their lives on social media, and they keep all of their lows to themselves most of the time. So I don't think you'd want to trade lives with that person. And this goes for drinking as well. So if you're thinking about that summer boat day sipping rosé with your friends, or, an airport Bloody Mary, or whatever your trigger is, like some part about drinking that you kind of miss. It's okay to have those, by the way. I definitely have some of those. If you find yourself romanticizing certain parts of your drinking, remember that you have to trade your entire sober life for your entire drinking life. So take your pick. You can either have your sober life where you are healthy, you're losing weight, you're in the gym, your work is going well, your relationships are healthy, you're happy, you're able to regulate your emotions, your life is going amazing, but occasionally you have really bad days because you're thinking about alcohol. You can have that life, or you can have the other life, your drinking life, which is ruining your finances, ruining your romantic relationships, your friendships, your family relationships. It's a life of alcohol dependency. It's a life of hiding your problems. And then occasionally you have a good experience with alcohol, like dancing around your apartment, wine drunk. Which life would you rather have? You have to take the full picture. You can't just take one little glimmer of good drinking, a good drinking experience. Not to mention that even during that good drinking experience, the next day you're going to wake up hungover, unable to accomplish your goals, disappointed in yourself. Like, it's just not worth it. I do not want to trade my entire incredible sober life, this beautiful life that I have learned to live, for a little glimmer of a positive thing during my drinking life. Like, I'm not trading my good sober life for my shitty alcohol life. Sorry for the language. I never swear on my podcast, but I don't want to trade those lives. Like, just to experience a little glimmer of happiness, quote unquote happiness from drinking. Like, that's why I am not triggered when people say like, come on, just have one. It's a special occasion. Aren't you going to drink at my wedding? Are you going to drink at this? Are you going to drink at that? Like, the answer is no, and it always will be no. One enjoyable experience with alcohol is not worth trading my sober life for my drinking life, because you have to trade the whole life. At least that's the mentality that really, really helps me and helps kick cravings. Hello, everybody. This is your host, India Gantz, just popping in to tell you about my new Facebook support group. It's called Hold My Drink, a sobriety support group, and I will leave the link to join in the description. This support group is going to be a place where we can all connect and talk to each other one-on-one, ask advice, tell stories, provide information, and just connect with a sober community. I understand that podcasts are a place where we mostly consume and listen and we don't actively participate. Of course, I would love a review if you have a moment or a rating, but I get that usually we're just listening to podcasts to listen and not actively participate. And this Facebook page will be a space where we can all actively participate and communicate and talk to each other and message each other and connect with people in your area and just be a resource for other people looking to get sober and stay sober. So feel free to join at the link in the description. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah, we all sometimes think about some magical moment that we had in our drinking days, okay? We've had them. There were occasional positives to go with all the negatives. And our brains tend to latch on to positive experiences, right? Like our alcohol destroyed our lives for most people listening here, and that's why we're sober. And so just hyper fixating on a couple occasional good experiences doesn't do anything for us. We're not allowed to just pick and choose those positive things without also recognizing all the negative things. So you have to take full sober or full drinker, and those are your choices. And just try to remember that. Those are the choices you have, and there is no in between. I think in AA, I have never attended an AA meeting, but I think in AA, that's kind of what they're getting at with saying that you'll always be an alcoholic. I don't like to think that way because I feel that I have cured my drinking problem and I'm no longer an alcoholic, even if I was. But I think that's why people in AA find peace in calling themselves an alcoholic and saying that they will forever be an alcoholic because they know that those are the only two options. It's full sober or full drinker. You don't just get to moderate and be able to enjoy the margarita in the sun on the beach in Mexico, like these romanticized alcohol experiences. That's not how we experience alcohol. And once you've gone there, once you've gone to that dark place and you're a problematic drinker, you're not going to be somebody who just moderates and enjoys that sunset margarita. You're going to be the full shebang drinker again. And so I think this episode is kind of in line with what AA teaches you, which is like you will never be able to drink in a happy, lighthearted way like some people can. Some people can do that. Cool. Good on them. That's not going to be us. And we have to choose sober or full drinking, our full drinking life over again. We've worked so hard to get to where we are. I would never trade my sober life for my previous life. Everything is better in sobriety. My finances, my friendships, my family life, my work life, my joy. I have hobbies. I can regulate my emotions. Gosh, I cried so much in my drinking days. I was angry. I was lonely. I was sad. I didn't like my life. I think that's why I drank a lot. It's kind of like, it's a vicious cycle because you don't like your life, so you drink a lot. But when you drink a lot, you hate your life even more and you have no emotional regulation. Anyways, my point in saying that was in sobriety, I regulate my emotions really well. And that's another positive. My mind is clear. I get good sleep. I've lost weight. I eat healthier. I look better. I don't know, emotionally, I feel great. Physically, I feel great. Financially, I'm great. Everything is better in sobriety. Everything. So don't you dare think about some glimmer of happiness that alcohol gave you at one point, because that little glimmer is not worth the entire picture of heavy drinking. We do not want to go back to that life. What's it going to be? Full sober or full drinker? Because those are your only choices. Choose wisely. And love you guys. I'll see you for the next episode. Bye.